Hey guys, this is Vic from Grasping the Market and welcome to our market briefing. Well, as reported at some point last week, we had a change on the larger time frame, given this enormous probe lower that we had on the week below the previous week low. And it is interesting to see that towards the close of the week, we managed to get back a lot of it, more than half. So the weekly time frame, it's technically one time framing lower, but you can see on the daily how despite a very sharp move, we managed to break that one time frame lower, close the gap left, and close back above the 29.45 area, which is a very positive development. On the monthly front, we had a little bit of monthly excess, and right now we're trading towards the middle of the previous month. There's still plenty of months to go, so I would keep an eye on this, but definitely the focus is on the daily and weekly, based on what we have, because that probe lower on a weekly basis. This is a daily chart, obviously, but in between the dotted lines, that's a week, and you can see that on the weekly basis we have a huge weekly excess down here. And this could be a very strong signal because remember that at the highs and very close to the all-time high, there is technically no excess here, and this is very close to this. So if this excess is real and we start getting acceptance and moving towards the 3,000 and beyond, I mean that could bring in momentum traders and people buying just to bet on the approach of the all-time highs. Now, fundamentally speaking, this week we have finally arrived to the point that we will have the trade talks that will happen in Washington. Some deputy talks will happen early in the week, with the main participants, the high-level talks happening at the end of the week on Thursday and Friday. So a positive development there, and if this excess, the daily excess is very strong, but if the weekly excess remains, and we on the week, on the early side of the week, do not trade in this area, and we start trading here, and this stays in place, and you have a positive development, that's very good, and it's probably what the market needs to go after the 30-32 level. Now, my focus let me show you the market profile. I was just looking at it, and you see that on Friday, the non-farm payrolls had a positive reaction. Basically, the market, I think I tweeted about this on Friday morning before the market opened. I talked about the possibility of a bad number being a positive driver for the market, as the market will probably expect the Fed to do something about it. So the gains just gotten just after the non-farm payrolls were held into the open, and the market basically gapped up from Thursday. Sorry about that. Gapped up from Thursday and held that gap and immediately drove higher, attacking the gap left earlier in the week. There was a little bit of resistance there, but then we pushed higher again, built acceptance, and kept pushing for the whole session, to the point that we created three distributions. So you have one at the close, one early in the afternoon, and the main one for the morning session. So my focus tomorrow definitely will be on assessing continuation from this move, but I will pay particular attention to whatever happens in the upper two distributions above the 2940 level. And why am I using the 2940 level if we don't see a major reference in vicinity? Well, yes, you have the closure of the upper two distributions at 2940.50, so you can use 2940.50. But the reason I'm paying attention to this area is the following. Something that I've realized through my years of trading is that when you have a swinging market, so like this market that went from high to low and now is swinging back, this is a major swing point. If you have a strong rotation on the market, normally what happens is that when you go past halfback, you don't give back a lot. So you just pass through and push. Halfback of this swing low sits around 29.40. I can show you that without using a retracement, a price retracing a Fibonacci. If you put this here at 0, you can see the 50 is right there. And 50, you have the 29.40-50 level. So that will be my major reference for monitoring the market. What I would like to see if the rotation upwards is strong is I don't want to see acceptance and moving too much lower than that. I would like to see acceptance within or above that 29.40 level. So for that reason, I'm focusing on the upper two distributions, and that will be my level denoting change. Definitely, there's a little bit of change if you close the upper distribution and even the upper two. But remember that the market was a little bit stretched towards the close, and you had already a move initiated in the overnight. So it is very possible that you will close that upper distribution. But my focus will be on a morning session if you start getting acceptance below the 29.40-50 area. That will be my level denoting change. If you get acceptance below that, probably below the 36-35 level, which is below this cluster that we have over here, that will definitely be change from Friday, and it could be that the market, the bounce that we saw on Thursday, Friday, getting back some of the earlier sharp drop on the impeachment concerns. If you start getting stuck here, it could mean that the rally is getting a little bit tight. Now, on the positive side, you should be able to see acceptance up here and probably that high taken. If you look closely on the Wednesday profile, you have an anomaly there at 29.54.50, and then you have a little column of singles just above that. So continuation, it is possible that we will trade and repair those and hopefully continue higher. I will manage my risk very carefully. Being the trade talks on Thursday and the impeachment concerns still around, I will be very cautious on the open of the week. I want to keep my powder dry for when the volatility and directional bias comes in. I want to be able to join. I don't want to be wasting bullets. Just because I want to trade. So I advise maybe to be careful, gather information from the market, know your levels, know the areas you want to trade, and know definitely where are you wrong on the trade that you are starting. Trade well and have a great week.